In other videos, I've talked about the purpose of business itself, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about the purpose of marketing. Like, how does it even work, and can you create a market for something that doesn't exist, and things like that. That's what I'm going to talk about here. This series of videos, I'm talking about the pipeline, but I'm focusing directly into the leads section of it, because all businesses use this pipeline somehow. They generate a lead, they set an appointment to see some kind of a presentation, they follow up, they get customers, they serve them, they make money. If a person wants to hire employees, they're going to have to do this same process. And if you want votes, if you're a politician, if you, like, everything works off of this. So I'm in this section in talking about lead generation. So what is the purpose of marketing? Causes a person to reach. That's the purpose of marketing. That's what you're trying to do, all right? And so you could also say cause a person to want, all right? Reach is a little bit better of a word as a concept. And so, you know, like if I see this water and I'm thirsty, I'm going to reach for it, okay? That's the whole concept of marketing. And don't let the simplicity dilute something. If you get the basic thing that you're supposed to be doing, and then you add on top of it sales copy, and then you add graphics or a video or something like that, and let's say you have a sales funnel where you're going to first generate a lead, okay? And let's say it's on Facebook. And then the next step is they're going to click on something, and then they're going to go to a video that's short. And then you're going to send them from there into the next one. So that's a sales funnel that moves this way. If you forget that your purpose over here is just to create want, just to create them to reach, just to create them to stop the scroll and watch your video, you will end up putting stuff that should be in here instead of in here, okay? It's a mistake that I see all the time. Every time that I get hit with an advertisement of some kind, I'm always looking at, man, that's way beyond reach. They are going all the way to buy this now instead of creating reach first, okay? So, causes a person to reach, to possess or do something physically or mentally. All right, so in a grocery store, you see an apple, you reach for the apple. The apple is itself the marketing, right? That's it. So I remember some guy knocked on my door. I lived in Hawaii, and, you know, I'm a bachelor, and he comes in and he says, I open the door, and he's standing there with a Kirby vacuum cleaner. And I'm in the military, very low income, and he wants to sell me a vacuum cleaner. And I said, he goes, Jimmy, you know, you don't have to buy anything, or just, I just want you to look at this and watch how it cleans. And so he comes in, and he was in a target-rich environment, as we would say. There's a lot of stuff on the carpet. I don't think I had actually vacuumed it ever. I didn't have a vacuum cleaner. And so he ended up, like, literally saying, look how easy it is. And he put the thing in my hand, and I'm like, okay, right? So as soon as I saw it cleaning, I'm like, I want that, right? So it was a piece of marketing physically that I'll never forget as long as I live, okay? So there's a grocery store, and then there's a restaurant menu. So some of the maitre d' or the server is going to drop a restaurant menu on your table. It's not the actual thing, but it's just the words written as the thing. Okay? So steak. And you say, oh, that looks good, right? Reach. Want. That's what the purpose of a menu is. Okay? So these are the simple concepts that if you get them in your head and you get them right, then you will always do the right thing. You'll be able to attract leads a lot better. Kids' toy store. I remember as a kid, my parents would take me, and maybe we went to Kmart or something, and my mom and dad, as we pull in the parking lot, they immediately start saying, if we take you in, you can't touch anything in the store. Okay. And so I go in there, and I'm walking down the aisle, and I'm like looking at the Hot Wheels, and I'm like trying to, like, in the X-Men, there was that guy that could pull anything, Magneto, I think his name was. He'd like pull it to him, right? That's what I was trying to do with those things. That's creating reach, creating want, right? So in a physical item. So I just gave you a couple of examples so that you can get this idea in your mind, and now start running around and looking at everything that's an advertisement and see, if, I look at billboards and I think, and then other ones I'm like, that's a great advertisement, right? And you can tell by the amount of reach that comes in. While I was on a website this morning, this ad, it was a video that was playing below what I had searched for, okay? And I glance at it about that long, and I saw this thing. Well, that's the same motorcycle I have. And I saw this thing, and that's the same target I use for shooting my bow and arrows. And I saw this, I saw the mountain bike, and I saw this thing back here. There's not any man that plays in these arenas that wouldn't respect any guy who has something, a toolbox that's taller than he is. Okay? And then he's got my medic. Okay, I'm very interested in training my kids and my wife on emergency procedures and having first aid kits in the car, first aid kits in the pouch of my motorcycle and things like that. And so it was like, boom, I was really busy, but I stopped to watch this. Okay, that is creating want. Okay, so it wasn't just the medic, it was this. Okay, so use that as concepts that when you feel an attraction towards something, look at the marketing that's behind it. Okay, because everything I just pointed out to you was marketing. Marketing is not sales. And this is the most confusing, stuck together thing that I have to pry people apart. All right, so the marketing department at your network marketing company is not sales, and you are not marketing. All right, they are the ones that are creating the graphics. They are the ones that are creating a lot of the tools. Sales is downstream of marketing. So let's just say from the get-go, I go to a party or something like that, and somebody that I'm talking to says, "Hey, what do you do?" And I say, "I build sales teams," and it's the only thing that I say, right? And he goes, "Oh, interesting." And that is all the marketing I'm going to do. I don't know if he's going to pick up on that. I don't know, right? What are your hobbies? Well, I love to work out and blah, 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 blah. And so in there, I'll slip a small marketing, I don't know, like a bead in there. And I'll see if there's any reach. Nothing worse than somebody grabbing a spike and a hammer and hammering some poor soul that happens to be at a party with you. You know what I mean? There's just nothing worse. And so what you've got to do is cause them to reach. And that is, if I can say, when I'm sitting at a table and the person is prospecting the waiter or waitress or something like that, I'm always looking for whether or not the person is poised enough to just drop a little thing and see if there's an interest, okay? All right, what grants marketing power at all? All right, I know it's a hard thing to even digest there, but what I'm saying is that marketing power would be like, what is marketing tapping into that allows that? In other words, how can it create reach? And can you create reach for anything? So what is it that grants marketing the power that it actually has? All right? Your prospect does not know about your product or business. How could they possibly desire it yet? Really think about that before I go to the next area. Right? This is something that's just right by most people. It is that people have needs, wants, dreams, desires, intentions, ideas, hopes, fantasies, aspirations. People have doubts, worries, pain, fears, stress, concerns, uneasiness, overwhelm, discomfort. It is these things in man, in woman, that gives you any power whatsoever. And you have to look when you're doing your marketing, and I'm not going to go into this now, but you just to give you the concept, you're going to have to choose which one of these has the highest sensitivity, because there's a scale of how urgent do I need to solve this problem. Okay? And you're going to have to choose in your marketing, like when you write your sales copy, when you talk to somebody, you're going to have to choose which one of these. And when I get into the inviting formula over in the contact section, you'll understand how I came up with all of that, because you will have learned this. And so what you've got to do, in other words, you can't make any of these. You can't make desire in somebody. You can't make pain in there if they don't have it. And so therefore, all you can possibly do is attach your product or your business to one of these that is hot right now. That's what you're really trying to do. And now you see why I don't go in and, mow somebody's head off, because I don't know which one of these and more that person's sitting on. Okay? They may have just gotten a new job. Not the right time to even bring it up, right? So there's other things about this that there's transitions. Okay, if you can just imagine a transition point, a person gets a job, the person just realizes the inflation rate or something like that, and they go, whoa, man, I got to make more money. Whoa, right there, they already have that desire. If there was a video that popped right in, or something on social media, or you're talking to a friend over the hedge bush, then it would work. Okay? And that's the reason that I love so much the inviting formula, that it's down the road a little bit, but that's in the sales cycle. You get to ask people. Okay? That's the lovely part of it. Nobody has the money to make a desire. Nobody. And I saw something today that it really made me laugh. And what it was is that this, you may be familiar with this, but it's Jeff Bezos has purchased Lord of the Rings and a lot of the assets, and he paid about $500-600 million for it. And then he created a series, and I think he never read the books, because those people who have read all of the series of books, that is a very tight group, and they know exactly every single character, and they know it's the most amazing, inspirational stuff you could ever read in your life, right? Literally. And then he buys them and wants to make money on it, creates a series, and 24 million people watched it and just skewered him, okay? I mean, like, you couldn't get less vote count you know, the likes and dislikes and stuff like that. And it just hammered him. All right. And they hate him. Okay. So talk about somebody who thought they would be able to make desire out of these videos in something that he just didn't know what he was walking into. Right, the wrong door. Sorry, right, and now they've caught him even, you know, manipulating all of the likes and the dislikes and stuff like that. They're like, you know, trying to lessen the amount so people will keep watching it and stuff like that. So you attach your product or business to an already existing desire. All right, so he thought he was doing that, but he was so off on his research, his investigation in it, that he really fouled up. Okay, so what's your view on marketing purpose is to create reach? Okay, so that's the first concept that I really want everyone to get in order to move forward in my video series here. And then also the other concept I'd like you to comment on is the power source of marketing is desire that already exists in the prospect. Okay, do you believe that's true? All right, and looking at examples in your own life about how that works. And so if you haven't already joined our Telegram group, please do. It's a good place for you to ask questions and things like that and see other people's questions and how I answer them. And then also, if you haven't already liked and shared, subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you do so. Thanks so much.